Hello. Hello. Guess what? It's another late night stream with that 360 furry. How am I sounding? How am I sounding, guys? So I'm just up watching this interesting debate and vote here, and I have in front of me this interesting document. It's over 1,000 pages. Do you guys want me to read it? Yeah, it's not gonna happen, right? Come on. Are you kidding me? I think they have like a few more seconds before the vote's done. Yeah, it should be done. There's just a few people still deciding. Oh, they're concluding right now. Yeah, so I figured during this time, I could sing this thing because everybody seems so gloomy right now. Everybody seems so uptight. You know, you might as well just start singing some songs. You might as well just start like talking to people and like sharing it with the world, right? So what I can do is I can read you a beautiful bedtime story, right? Or maybe a nightmare. What do you think? It's a it's a very bland story, and I'm going to try to make it interesting by singing. Let's see. HR report number. Ooh, look at all these letters. You know, I just learned to read very recently. I highly recommend learning. Let's see. Yellow resolution adopted. Reconsider is laid upon the table. Yes, so this is a reconsideration bill. So let's see, let's read about it. It's been approved in the House of Representatives. In the House of Representatives, right, as it says right here. In Arlington. No, Mr. Arrington from the Committee on the Budget reported the following bill, which was committed to the Committee of the whole House on the State of the Union and ordered to be printed. What did they print? What did they print? Let's see. Let's see what they printed. They printed a bill to provide for reconciliation pursuant to Title II of H-Con Res 14. It being enacted by the Senate and the House of Representatives of the United States of America in Congress assembled, this act may be cited as the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. The table of contents for this act is as follows. Do you want me to read the table of contents? Should I read the table of contents? What do you think? Is the table of contents interesting? I think the table of contents is sometimes the most interesting thing. I think you can glean a lot from what's in the table of contents. So let's see what's in the table of contents. Title 1, Committee on Agriculture. Subtitle A, Nutrition. Thrifty food plan. Able-bodied adults with without dependencies. Dependent work requirements. Oh my gosh, can I read? Able-bodied adults without dependent waivers. Ability of standard utility allowances based on receipt of energy assistance. Restrictions on internet expenses. Matching funds requirements. Administrative cost sharing. General work requirement age. National Accuracy Clearinghouse. Accuracy? What the hell is that? I don't know. Clearinghouse. Quality control zero tolerance. National Education and Obesity Prevention Grant Program Repealer, Alien SNAP Eligibility, Emergency Food Assistance, Subtitle B, Investment in Rural America, Safety Net, and conservation, trade, research, secure rural schools, forestry, energy, horticulture, miscellaneous. Title 2, Committee on Armed Services. Enhancement of Department of Defense resources for improving the quality of life for military personnel. Enhancement of Department of Defense resources for shipbuilding. Enhancement of Department of Defense resources for integrated air and missile defense. What else we got here? Next page. Enhancement of Department of Defense resources for munitions and defense supply chain resiliency. Enhancement of Department of Defense resources for stealing low-cost weapons into production. Scaling. Enhancement of Department of Defense resources for improving the efficiency and cybersecurity of the Department of Defense. Enhancement of Department of Defense resources for air superiority. Enhancement of resources for nuclear forces. Enhancement of Department of Defense resources to improve capabilities of the United States Indo-Pacific Command. Enhancement of Department of Defense resources for improving the readiness of the armed forces. Improving Department of Defense border support and counter-drug missions. Enhancement of military intelligence programs. Department of Defense oversight. Military construction projects authorized. Plan required. They still need a plan there. It's just like a bookmark, I think. Limitation on availability of funds. Oh no. Committee on Education and Workforce, Title III. Subtitle A, Student Eligibility. Student Eligibility. Amount of need, cost of attendance, median cost of college. Subtitle B, loan limits. Loan limits. Subtitle C, loan repayment. Loan repayment, deferment, forbearance, loan rehabilitation, loan service, loan forgiveness, and student loan servicing. Ooh, Pell Grants is Subtitle D, eligibility, workforce Pell Grants, and Pell shortfall. Subtitle E, accountability, agreements with institutions, campus-based aid programs. Subtitle F, regulatory relief. Regulatory relief. Subtitle G, limitation on authority. Limitation on authority of the Secretary to propose or issue regulations and executive actions. Ooh. Another one. Energy and commerce. We're so many pages, you guys. Subtitle A is energy. Would you imagine that? Recessions relating to certain Inflation Reduction Act programs. For certificates and fees for certain energy infrastructure at international boundaries of the United States, natural gas exports and imports, funding for Department of Energy loan guarantee expenses, expedited permitting, carbon dioxide, hydrogen, and petroleum pipeline permitting, de-risking compensation program, strategic petroleum reserve, recessions of previously appropriated unobligated funds. Whoa, that's a cool thing. Previously appropriated unobligated funds. I sure wish I had some unobligated funds right now. Subtitle B, environment. Repeals and recessions, part 1. Repeal and recession relating to clean, heavy-duty vehicles. Repeal and recession relating to grants to reduce air pollution at ports. Repeal and recession relating to greenhouse gas reduction fund. Repeal and recession relating to diesel emissions reductions. Repeal and recession relating to funding the
Air pollution, repeal and recession related to funding to address air pollution at schools, repeal and recession related to low emissions electricity program, repeal and recession related to funding for Section 211 of the Clean Air Act, repeal and recession related to funding the implementation of the American Innovation and Manufacturing Act, repeal and recession relating to the funding of enforcement and technology and public information, repeal and recession relating to greenhouse gas corporate reporting, repeal and recession relating to environmental product declaration assistance, repeal of funding for methane emissions and waste reduction incentive program for petroleum and natural gas systems, repeal and recession related to greenhouse gas air pollution plans and implementation grants, repeal and reporting related to environmental protection agency efficient, accurate, and timely reviews, repeal and recession related to low-body carbon labeling in construction materials, repeal and recession related to environmental and climate justice block grants. Part 2. I'm not getting enough oxygen. But part 2 is repeal of EPA rule relating to multi-pollutant emission standards. I sure hope I'm making this sound nice. Sound. Emission standards. Repeal of EPA rule relating to multi-pollutant emission standards for light and medium duty vehicles. Repeal of NHTSA rule relating to cafe standards. Next page. Repeal of NHTSA rule relating to cafe standards for passenger cars and light trucks. Subtitle C. Communications Spectrum Auctions. Identification and auction of spectrum. Part 2. Artificial intelligence information technology modernization. Artificial intelligence information technology. Okay. Subtitle D is health. Part 1 is Medicaid. Okay, subpart A, reducing fraud and improving enrollment processes. I can't even sing this stuff anymore. Okay, is my audio even sounding okay? What is going on in the chat? Oh my god. Whoa. Wow, that's, okay. Yeah, leave your comments so I know what's going on, guys. Let's see. Medicaid, reducing fraud and improving enrollment processes. Moratorium on implementation of rule relating to eligibility and enrollment in Medicare savings programs. Moratorium on implementation of rule relating to eligibility and enrollment of Medicaid, CHIP, and the basic health program. Ensuring appropriate address certification under the Medicaid and CHIP programs. Modifying certain state requirements for ensuring deceased individuals do not remain enrolled. Medicaid provided screening requirements. Additional Medicaid provider screening requirements. Removing good faith waiver for payment reduction by related to certain erroneous excess payments under Medicaid, increasing frequency of eligibility redeterminations for certain individuals, revising home equity limit for determining credibility of long-term care services under the Medicaid program. Oh no, I just lost my place. Oh, okay. Prohibiting federal financial participation under Medicaid and CHIP for individuals without verified citizenship, nationality, or satisfactory immigration status. Reducing expansion, FMAP for certain states providing payments for health care furnished to certain individuals. Subpart B, preventing wasteful spending. Moratorium on implementation of moratorium on implementation of rule relating to staffing standards for long-term care facilities under the Medicaid and Medicare programs. Modifying retroactive coverage under the Medicaid and CHIP programs. Ensuring accurate payments to pharmacies under Medicaid. Preventing the use of abusive spread pricing in Medicaid, prohibiting federal Medicaid and CHIP funding for gender transition procedures for minors, federal payments to prohibited entities. Next page, considering eligibility for increased FMAP for new expansion states. moratorium on new or increased providers' taxes, revising the payment limit for certain state-directed payments, requirements regarding waiver of uniform tax requirement for Medicaid provider tax, repairing budget neutrality for Medicaid demonstration projects under Section 1115. Requirement for states to establish Medicaid community engagement requirements for certain individuals, modifying cost-sharing requirements for certain expansion individuals under the Medicaid program. Part 2 is the Affordable Care Act, addressing waste, fraud, and abuse in the ACA exchanges. Part 3, improving Americans' access to care, expanding and clarifying the exclusion for orphan drugs under the Drug Price Negotiations Program, streamline the enrollment process for eligible state providers under Medicaid and CHIP, delaying DHS reductions, modifying update for the conversion factor under the position fee schedule under the Medicaid program, modernizing ensuring PBM accountability, Committee on Financial Services, green and resilient retrofit program for multifamily housing, Public Company Accounting Oversight Board, Bureau of Consumer Financial Protection, Consumer Financial Civil Penalty Fund, Financial Research Fund. Yeah, okay, so I guess there's still people watching. I have no idea how many people are watching this. Is this working? Is my audio garbage? Oh man. You guys have no idea how hard this is to do. This is extremely difficult. I am really warm and winded and kind of confused. You know, I'm just reading the words that pass across my eyeballs and trying to make them into a song as I go. Try not to lose my place, which I've already done. I've definitely done that. Oh no. Where was I? Ooh, we haven't gotten here yet, so Committee on Homeland Security, border barrier system construction, invasive species and border security facilities improvements, U.S. borders, customs and border protection personnel and fleet vehicles, U.S. Customs and Border Protection technology, National Vetting Cancer Center, and other efforts to enhance border security, state and local law enforcement, presidential residence protection, state homeland security grant program, Committee on the Judiciary, immigration matters, immigration fees, applicability of the immigration laws and asylum fee, employment authorization, deferment fees, parole fees, special immigrant juvenile fee, temporary protected status fee, unaccompanied alien sponsor fee, visa integrity fee, Form 194 fee, yearly asylum fee, fee for continuances granted in immigration court proceedings, fee related to renewal and extension of employment and authorization for parolees, fee relating to termination, renewal, and extension of employment authorization for asylum appellants, fee related to renewal and extension of employment authorization for aliens granted temporary protected status, diversity, immigrant visa fees, EOIR fees, ESTA fee, immigration user fees, EVUS fee for sponsor of unaccompanied alien child who fails to appear in immigration court, fee for aliens order to remove an amnestia, customs and border protection, inadmissible alien fee, amendment to authority to apply for asylum, use of funds, the use of funds, Executive Office for Immigration Review, adult alien detention capacity in family residential centers, retention for signing bonuses of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement personnel, hiring of additional U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement personnel, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement hiring capability, transportation and removal operations, information technology investments, facilities upgrades, pluralization, providing families with funding section of the of the Immigration and Nationality Act, opposition of incarceration of criminal aliens, office of the principal legal advisor, return on aliens arriving from contiguous territories and local participation in homeland security efforts on the committee of child aggressive, development of gang checks for women children, development of health and human services, criminal and gang checks for unaccompanied young children, information about sponsors, about children, and whatever. United Secret Service! Combating drug trafficking and illegal drug use, immigration and prosecuting immigration-related matters. Immigration removal for criminal aliens. Removal of certain criminal aliens without further hearing. Subtitle B, Regulatory Matters. Review of agency rulemaking. Congressional review net compliance. Am I still streaming? Is this still working? I feel like I haven't seen like new comments. So have I been banned? Is there anyone actually here? Is anyone still awake and actually like listening to this garbage? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Cause like I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Maybe I should check it on my phone. Cause like I'm kind of tired, and like I don't know if I should keep going. What do you think? What do you think? I should see what's happening here. Where do I find that? I don't even know. Well, that's okay. Because I think my microphone just died anyway. I'm gonna have to stop here because this is just way too much, you guys. This is way too much. Okay, so is it just my microphone or is it just my headphone? I don't know. But hopefully there are people here watching this and enjoying this. I don't know why I'm doing this. I just think it's probably the most boring thing I could sing right now. And there's definitely a lot of content here to go over. Yeah. Hopefully it gives you all sweet dreams that I have tried to beautify this bill with my voice. And hopefully y'all don't have nightmares tonight because I'm definitely going to. This has been an experience. And I'm not even... What page am I on? It's page 8. Oh my god. How long is the table of contents? Oh my god. What? It goes to page 15. You guys, I'm only halfway through the table of contents. I'm only halfway through the entire table of contents. How big is this thing? Is it really like 1,116 pages? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at my scroll bar. Oh my gosh. Down we go. Oh, what's the last page? Yep, 1,116, you guys. That's a lot of pages. But you know, the cool thing about it is the way it's written, like, there's not a lot of stuff on each page. There's really not a lot of stuff on each page at all. I could sing this. It's almost like prose in itself. Probably better than the table of contents. What do you think? Well, since this bill is still relevant and going to be debated in the Senate next, go ahead and like leave a comment as to what section you want me to sing. Because like there's a lot to choose from. And I was just singing the table of contents at the start. But there's a lot more. There's a lot more to delve into here. I don't know if I want to. But yeah, go ahead and do your own research. Look it up yourself. It's freely available online, provided by the government for you to get a PDF of the current bill. And yeah, you can read it and look at it. And let me know what you want me to sing. There are probably certain things I won't do. So
I felt like reading the table of contents was pretty safe. But yes, I understand that we live in interesting times. So within reason, you guys, within reason. Um, yeah. I just want to promote like awareness and participation in our government. And so, yeah, this is a bill that you can just read. This is what they're talking about right now. There's a lot of stuff in there, and it's pretty darn boring. Y'all are probably asleep already, right? Is there anyone still awake? Oh man, I don't even know. I don't even know why I'm awake. I should probably get to bed because this is just messing with my head, guys. And yeah, I'm pretty exhausted after that. Only 8 pages of that. That was like torture. That was literally torture, you guys. That was horrible. Um, seriously, I do not recommend you try to read this like that. But I think if you're doing it for the art, that's always acceptable, right? Yeah, art. And I'm just reading. I'm just reading it. I'm just reading words that are here. Uh, I am not doing anything controversial here. I'm literally just reading the bill. That is all I'm doing, and that's what I want to do tomorrow. So, and the next day. So, you should leave a comment telling me what section you want me to read, right? And we can read this together. Doesn't that sound like fun? Don't you love reading? Come on, people, reading's fun. Yeah, what else are you gonna do? Come on. Like, do your homework. Do your homework! Right? Come on, let's do our homework together. Professor Zen is in the house. Let's make some songs from this bill. I think there's some killer lyrics in there for sure. There's definitely some lyrics in there that I probably can't sing. You know, I don't know if I'm worthy enough to do something that's stupid. Maybe I am. Who knows? I don't know what I'm doing right now. I don't know what I'm doing right now, but I'm guessing y'all kind of like it. What do you think, huh? You having fun? Yeah. I'm a furry. And, if it's got a bill, I definitely recognize animals. Like, if it's got a bill and it, like, walks like a duck and it, like, talks like a duck, like, it's probably a duck, right? But in this case, it's a bill. This is a bill. That's the beak of the duck. Yeah, yeah. So anyway, I got like 8 pages in to the table of contents, and I need to quit because I'm dying of heat exhaustion. Um, yeah. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to read this entire bill in one sitting. There's no way. There's no way I could read all 1,116 pages of this, even with it being formatted like this. This is, the ideal situation. However, it's still so many words. So many words. And, it's kind of like a brain exercise workout to create them into a song on the fly, live improv like this. But I really love doing this type of stuff. It's kind of fun. It's like a cool challenge, kind of like interesting challenge, and I'm hoping that y'all are really liking that. Yeah, I haven't seen any new comments, so I'm guessing I got like shadow banned. 'Cause I hope this wasn't too off the wall. Either that or everyone's sleeping. Everybody's probably sleeping, right? I choose to believe that for sure, because there's no way this is boring, right? Come on, there's no way this is boring. What? Did I like make all my audience leave? Oh my gosh. Ugh. Oops. Well, it happens, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, I don't think I can continue singing it right now. I've already lost my page. Um, and I'm pretty tired. And I think I'm gonna go get some sleep because there's a lot to do every day. Y'all need to get enough rest so you can take on your day and be the best version of yourself that you can be. Right? So that's all I try to do every single day. And that's my advice to everyone watching. Just try to bring something positive in the world. Try to do something good, because there's so much out there that isn't. And we need every single one of you to do something positive to affect this place that we all call home. So, yeah, thank you, everyone. I love all of you. I hope that y'all realize that this was just for the fun. I'm not doing this for any sort of political thing. This is literally just entertainment because it's currently being debated, and I figured that y'all would like to see the actual bill, right? How many of you actually seen this thing? And y'all probably never even heard it sung before, right? Who sings something like that? Oh my gosh. Actually, that was some pretty bad singing, right? You know, I blame the wording, honestly. I blame this horrible, horrible scripting style and bland legalese political script. Man, that is some boring, boring stuff, right? And also, I was just reading the subtitles and the chapter titles and the different ways that they'd organized this over 1,000 page document. So those are even more boring, right? But the text itself, y'all should dig into it and let me know what you think I should read or maybe sing, turn into a song. Who knows? What do you think? What do you think? Is there something in there that you think I can transform through my art? That's what I always try to do, is bring art and joy and positivity and growth and creation and potential to the world and to everyone that I meet and encounter, and try to just be a net positive. Try to use addition, not subtraction, right? I'm not dividing, I'm multiplying, right? Y'all should be multiplying, right? So, don't ask me to do math right now. There's no way I'm going to be able to do math. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, hi. Interesting. There's people watching. Yeah, sorry, you just tuned in because I don't know how much longer I can continue reading this. It's some pretty dry material, but if you got like a segment or a section you want me to go to, let me know. Right? I'm still here. Y'all are still here. But we're looking at the so-called One Big Beautiful Bill. It's definitely big. Definitely big. Oh my gosh, he showed me his big bill. Look at this big bill. Oh my god, it's so huge. Damn, look at that bill. Oh, look at that bill. It's so huge. Wow, I haven't even gotten to the top again. Whoa, there's page 1, finally. Yeah. Big. Definitely, there's definitely, something there, that's for sure. And, like, why use bill and act together? Like, I don't know why that sounds so redundant to me, right? Does that sound kind of redundant to you, too? Yeah, maybe this should have been, like, multiple bills, because, like, it's so big that nobody wants to read it, right? And I said I was going to sing it. It's pretty crazy. So, like, what do you think? Should I do that? Oh, man, I don't think it deserves to be sung. This is legislation. Legislation. Ugh. Legislation. That's the driest form of literature in the world. Oh, why would anyone want to turn it into a nice sounding song? Well, so that you'll listen to it and you'll see what's in it, and you'll do your own research and figure out, you know, what they're writing in here, because, like, there's so much that there's some interesting things, right? There always is. That's just the name of the game. So let me know what you find interesting. It'll be interesting to see if this bill evolves, if it gets sent back and changed. Who knows? I don't know if I've got the final draft in front of me. That's why it would be silly to try to sing the entire thing. It's still a evolving document, like a cancerous growth, right? Yeah. So yeah. That's page 2, a bill, and there's a big table of contents there, and you can glean a lot from just reading that. You don't need to read all 1,116 pages to get a feel for what's going on in this bill. All you got to do is read the table of contents, just go through the sections, and you're like, oh, okay. And there's this, and there's that, there's this. Interesting. So you really don't need to read it all. Yeah, I guess y'all are enjoying this, hopefully. Thanks for being here. I see that there are people commenting. Thank you so much. Furry! Yes, I am a furry. How'd you guess? Okay, yeah, did any of you, hear the points of this whole video yet? Or, y'all need me to, start over? Because I'm not going to start over. Y'all going to have to, start from the beginning. Y'all are going to have to, wait for me to log off and restart this whole video yourself, because, it's a live stream. And I've been, live streaming for how long? I don't know. How long has it been? 36 minutes. Wow. Wow. Okay, cool. Well, that was, 36 minutes ago that, the House voted on this bill to advance, I believe. It's been through several different subcommittees, and that's just the way this works. And now it's at the next step. So yeah. Anyway, that was 36 minutes ago, 37, whatever it is. Anyway, and I just figured it would be kind of cool to actually look at the document itself and see what I can do with it, and maybe do some singing. But I only got as far as page 8 of the table of contents. Because this is some dense, boring material, and I almost fell asleep. You guys. I'm overheating too. All of that's just all catching up with me. I don't know if I can continue doing that. Yeah, definitely don't do that. That's good advice. Thank you for that. So should I continue where I left off? You guys think I can do it? Man, am I tired and warm though. Okay, so for anyone that's tuned in recently, I really don't know how many people are watching this. Where did I end off? I do not remember. I think I was on page 9 actually. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, wow, what riveting content. I'm sure you guys are loving watching this. Okay. Subtitle B, Regulatory Matters. Review of agency rulemaking, congressional review, said compliance. Ugh. Man, I can't even see in this thing. Can't see, can't read. Can't even speak right now. Ooh, come on, brain, you can do it. Review of agency rulemaking, congressional review, net compliance. Subtitle C, other matters. Limitation on donations made pursuant to settlement agreements to which the United States is a party. Solicitation of orders defined. Restriction of funds. Committee on Natural Resources, Energy and Mineral Resources, Part 1, Oil and Gas, Onshore Oil and Gas Lease Sales, Non-Competitive Leasing, Permit Fees, Permitting Fee for Non-Federal Land, Reinstate Reasonable Royalty Rates. What is reasonable? Geothermal leasing, geothermal royalties. I didn't even realize there was such a thing. Coastal plain oil and gas leasing in Alaska. National Petroleum Reserve in Alaska. Mining. Superior National Forest lands in Minnesota. Ambler Road in Alaska. Coal. Coal leasing. Future coal leasing, coal royalty, authorization to mine federal lands. NEPA, project sponsor opt-in fees for environmental reviews, recession relating to environmental and climate data collection, miscellaneous, protest fees. What's on the next page? Alright, what do we got here? Page 10. I hope y'all are enjoying this little bedtime story. Offshore oil and gas leasing. Mandatory offshore oil and gas lease sales. Offshore commingling. Limitations on amount of distributed qualified outer continental shelf revenues, renewable energy fees in federal lands, renewable energy revenue sharing, subtitle B, water, wildlife, and fisheries, recession of funds for investing in coastal communities and climate resilience, recession of funds for facilities of national oceanic and atmospheric administration and national marine sanctuaries, surface water storage enhancement, water conveyance enhancement, federal lands, subtitle C, prohibition on the implementation of the Rock Springs field of office, Wyoming National Management Plan, prohibition on the implementation of Buffalo Field Office, Wyoming Resource Management Plan, prohibition on the implementation of the Miles City Field Office, Montana Resource Management Plan. This is oddly specific. I hope y'all are enjoying me singing this legislation. Okay, darn it, I lost my place again. That's not recommended, people. Don't look away from the document. Let the document into your eyeballs. Otherwise, you'll lose your spot, like I just did. Although, I don't know if I want to find my spot again. This stuff is so boring. And the titles are only suggestions for what is within the full text of what they represent. What is next, people? Federal lands information. I finished halfway through. Rescission of Forest Service funds, rescission of Natural Park Service and Bureau of Land Management funds, rescission of Bureau of Land Management and National Park Service funds, rescission of National Park Service funds, celebrating America's 250th birthday is a thing on here too. Anniversary, is on here. Long-term contracts for the Forest Service. Long-term contracts for the Bureau of Land Management. Timber production for the Forest Service. Why was it under federal lands? Timber production for the Bureau of Land Management. Bureau of Land Management, land in Nevada. Forest Service land in Nevada. Federal land in Utah. Okay, new section. Committee on Oversight and Government Reform. Form. Increase in FERS. What's FERS? What's the FERS? What is the acronym FERS stand for? Does it actually sound like FERS? FERS? Are you kidding me? What? What is happening here? Increase in FERS employee contribution requirements, elimination of FERS annuity supplement, High five average pay for calculating CSRS and FERS pension. Election for at-will employment and lower FERS contributions for new federal city service hires. Okay, y'all are still tuned in, hopefully. Filing fee for the Merit Systems Protection Board claims and appeals. Fur protection. Committee on Transportation and Infrastructure. Coast Guard assets necessary to secure the maritime border and interdict migrants and drugs. Changes to mandatory benefits programs to allow selected reserve orders for pre-planned missions to secure maritime borders and interdict persons and drugs. Vessel tonnage duties. Registration fees on motor vehicles. Deposit of registration fee on motor vehicles. Motor carrier data. IRA concessions. Air traffic control staffing and modernization. John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts appropriations. Committee on Ways and Means. The One Big Beautiful Bill. Committee on Ways and Means. So what is that? The section that that committee contributed to this? Is that how this is organized? I really don't know. I've never done this before. I guess they have their own little sections in here. Interesting. Okay, I might get through this. I might get through the table of contents. Oh my god. References to the Internal Revenue Code of 1986, etc. Subtitle A, Make American Families and Workers Thrive Again. Permanently preventing tax hikes on American families and workers. Man, those are some titles. Okay, extension of modification of rates. Extension of increased standard deduction and temporary enhancement. Termination of deduction for personal exemptions. Extension of increased child tax credit and temporary enhancement. Extension of deduction for qualified business income and permanent enhancement. Extension of increased estate and gift tax exemption amounts and permanent enhancement. Extension of increase the alternative minimum tax exemption and phase out thresholds. Extension of limitation on deduction for qualified resident interest. Extension of limitations on casualty loss deduction. Termination of miscellaneous itemized deduction. Limitation on tax benefit of itemized deductions. Termination of qualified bicycle commuting reimbursement. Excision. What the heck's a huge... why'd you hyphenate that? Extension of limitations on exclusion and deduction of moving expenses. Extension on limitation on wagering losses. Extension on increased limitation on contributions to ABLE accounts and permanent enhancement. Extension of Saviors credit allowed for the ABLE contributions. Extension of rollovers from qualified tuition program to ABLE accounts permitted. I just enjoy doing this. Yeah. I just enjoy this. This is my practice. Y'all are here listening to me practice right now. I hope you like it. Okay, where was I? Did I finish this page? I did! On to the next page. We're getting really close to the end of the table of contents, everyone. Okay, so page 12. Extension of treatment of certain individuals performing services in the Sinai Peninsula and enhancement to include additional areas. Extension of exclusion from gross income of student loans discharged on account of death or disability. Part 2. Additional tax relief for American families and workers. No tax on tips. No tax on overtime. Enhanced deduction for seniors. No tax on car loan interest. Enhancement of employer-provided tax care credit. Child care credit. Extension and enhancement of paid family and medical leave credit. Enhancement of adoption credit. recognizing Indian tribal governments and purposes of determining whether a child has special needs for purposes of the adoption credit, tax credit of contributions of individuals or to scholarship granting organizations. Additional clemency, additional elementary, secondary, and homeschooled expenses treated as qualified higher education expenses for purposes of 529 accounts. Certain post-secondary credentialing expenses treated as qualified higher education expenses for purposes of 529 accounts. Reinstatement of partial deduction for charitable contributions of individuals who do not elect to itemize. Exclusion of certain employer payments of student loans under educational assistance. Programs made permanent and adjusted for inflation. Extension of rules for treatment of certain disaster-related personal casualty losses. MAGA accounts. What's a MAGA account? MAGA accounts contribution pilot program. Investing in health and American families and workers. Treatment of health reimbursement arrangements integrated with individual market coverage. Participants in choice arrangement eligible for purchase of exchange insurance under certain cafeteria plan. Employer credit for choice arrangement. Individuals entitled to Part A of Medicare by reason of age are allowed to contribute to health savings accounts. Treatment of direct primary care service arrangements. Allowance of bronze and catastrophic plans in connection with health savings accounts. On-site employee clinics. Certain amounts paid for physical activity, fitness, and certain exercise treated as amounts paid for medical care. Allow both spouses to make catch-up contributions to the same health savings account. FSA HRA terminations or conversions to fund HSAs. Special rule of certain medical expenses incurred before establishment of health savings account. Page 13. Contributions permitted if spouse has health flexible spending arrangement. Increase in health savings account contribution limitation for certain individuals. Regulations make rural America and Main Street grow again. Extension of Tax Cuts and Jobs Act reforms for rural America and Main Street. Ugh. Oh gosh. Okay. Extension of special deprecation allowance for certain property, deduction of domestic research and experimental expenditures, modified calculation of adjusted taxable income for purposes of business interest deduction, extension of deduction for foreign derived intangible income and global intangible low taxed income, intangible income. Foreign derived intangible income and global intangible low taxed income. Huh. What is that? Is that income that, or like increase in wealth from overseas that they don't have access to? Interesting. Extension of base corrosion minimum tax amounts. Additional tax relief for rural America. What does any of this have to do with rural America? And Main Street. Foreign, yeah. Why does foreign have to do with rural America? Special deprecation allowance for qualified production property, renewal and enhancement of opportunity zones, increased dollar limitations for expensing of certain deprecatable business assets, appeal of revision to de minimis rules for third-party network transactions, increase in threshold for requiring information reporting with respect to certain payees, repeal of excise tax on indoor tanning services. What? Repeal of excise tax on indoor tanning services? Why is that interesting? Yeah, because like everyone that I know in the woods in this rural part of the country, we're all just going to the tanning salon. Okay, what do we got here? Darn, I just lost my spot again. Oh, I just lost my spot again. Ah, thanks everyone. Okay, so I took a little breather. Let me find my spot. Where was I? Where was I? Oh man. Oh man. This is a wall of text. They have built the wall, and it's with words. Oh my god, it's right in front of me. It's an impenetrable barrier of language. Okay, where was I? Okay, definitely read that one. Jeez. Well, what? Treatment of... okay, so... Here we go. Repeal of excise tax on indoor tanning services. Exclusion of interest on loans secured by rural or agricultural real property. Treatment of certain qualified sound recording productions. Modifications to low-income housing credit. Increased gross receipts threshold for small manufacturing businesses. Global intangible low taxed income determined without regard to certain income derived from services performed in the Virgin Islands. Services performed in the Virgin Islands. What kinds of services are performed in the Virgin Islands? Alright. Extension and modification of clean fuel production credit. Alright, part 3. Investing in the health of rural America and Main Street. Expanding the definition of rural emergency hospital under the Medicare program is the only thing in that part. At least in that section. Okay, subtitle C, Make America Win Again. Working families over elite. What? Working families over elites? I can't believe this is actually in here like this. Because what's in this section? Termination of previously owned clean vehicle credit. Termination of clean vehicle credit. Termination of qualified commercial clean vehicle credit. Termination of alternative fuel vehicle refueling property credit. Termination of energy efficiency home improvement credit. Termination of residential clean energy credit. Wow, that definitely puts working families over elites. Oh man. Alright, what do we got here? Termination of new energy efficient home credit. Phase out and restrictions on clean energy production credit. Phase out and restrictions on clean energy investment credit. Repeal of transferability of clean fuel production credit. Restrictions on carbon dioxide. Carbon oxide. See, they didn't put the dye. It's just carbon oxide right here. They didn't even have the decency to dye here. Restrictions on carbon oxide sequestration credit. Phase out and restrictions on zero emissions nuclear power production credit. Termination of clean hydrogen production credit. Phase out and restrictions on advanced manufacturing production credit. Phase out for credit of certain energy property. Oh shoot, where was I? Oh yeah, income from hydrogen storage, carbon capture added to qualifying income for certain publicly traded partnerships treated as corporations. Corporations. limitation on amortization of certain sports franchises, limitation on certain deductions for certain state and local taxes, etc., excessive employee remuneration from controlled group members, and allocation of deduction, expanding application of tax on excess compensation within tax-exempt organizations, modification of excise tax on investment income of certain private colleges and universities, increase in rate of tax on net investment income of certain private foundations, certain purchases of employee-owned stock disregarded for purposes of foundation tax on excess business holdings, unrelated business taxable income increased by amount of certain fringe benefit expenses for which deduction is disallowed. What did that just say? Unrelated business taxable income increased by amount of certain fringe benefit expenses for which deduction is disallowed. Still didn't help the second time I read that. Name and logo royalties treated as unrelated business taxable income. To exclusion of research income limited to publicly available research. Limitation of excess business losses of non-corporate taxpayers. 1% floor on deduction of charitable contributions made by corporations. The 1%ers. Enforcement of remedies against unfair foreign taxes. Reduction of excise tax on firearm silencers. Modifications to de minimis entry privilege for commercial shipments. Limitations on drawbacks of taxes paid with respect to substituted merchandise. Removing taxpayer benefits for illegal immigrants is part 2 of this section. Permitting premium tax credit only for certain individuals. Permitting aliens treated as ineligible for premium tax credit. Disallowing premium tax credit during periods of Medicaid ineligibility due to alien status. Limiting Medicare coverage for certain individuals. Excise tax on remittance transfers. Social Security number requirement for American Opportunity and Lifetime Learning Credits. Part 3 is preventing fraud, waste, and abuse. Requiring exchange verification for eligibility of health plan. Disallowing premium tax credit in case of certain coverage enrolled in certain special enrollment period in whatever. And eliminating limitation on recapture of advance payments of premium tax credit. Implementing artificial intelligence tools for purposes of reducing and recouping improper payments under Medicare. Enforcement provisions with respect to COVID-related employee retention credits. Earned income tax credit reforms. Task force on the termination of direct file. Postponement of tax deductions for hostages and individuals wrongfully detained abroad. Termination of tax-exempt status for terrorist supporting organizations. Increase in penalties for unauthorized disclosures of taxpayer information. Restriction on regulation of contingency fees with respect to tax returns, etc. Subtitle D. Increase in debt limit. Right at the very end there. Modification of limitation on the public debt. Well, everyone, there it was. We got through the entire table of contents. Wow. That was a trip. Is anyone still here? Yes, good. The algorithm is working. I am very, very happy to hear that. So yes, you just witnessed a furry sing the table of contents of the so-called One Big Beautiful Bill, and it certainly is big. You know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Hopefully y'all were listening to me, and I tried my best to be as beautiful as I can be. But there's limitations, and I cannot work miracles, you guys. But I am trying. I am trying my best to promote literacy of these types of impenetrable documents of doom. You can just sing them. You can just kind of have a little fun with them. Try to get through it. Whatever helps you get through it. Cause like honestly, there ain't no way I was gonna read that. But singing it, I guess it made it into something I could do, something fun that I could share with you as well. And I think I really got the gist of this thing just by looking at the table of contents. Um, what do you think? Does the table of contents really reveal a lot? Or are there things that I should dig deeper into? What do you think? This bill is going to be debated for a while, I think, right? I think the House just voted. How long ago? How long have I been streaming? Oh my gosh. It's been over an hour, you guys. Yeah, I'm tired. Wow, that's a marathon in fursuit for real. That is a marathon, you guys. But this is what I do. As you can see, I live stream, I sing, I do this all like impromptu live stuff. Like when I hit record, I just let it go and see what happens. And what you guys see on my social media platforms are just clips of the things that I do in one take. So generally speaking, there's, minimal practice. I do think about some things ahead of time. I plan like, okay, I gotta get on my four-wheeler this day or whatever it's gonna be. I gotta bring this prop with me and whatever, whatever it's gonna be. But like, I don't really think about what I'm gonna say. I just listen to my voice. I've got a headset in here and a microphone, so I can kind of hear myself, and it just flows naturally because there's like no delay. I love my little IEM. This thing is really good. A friend gave it to me, and I'm very happy. So it sounds very good. It allows me to hear the quality of the audio that I'm sharing with all of you. Granted, I know today was kind of sloppy. I'm so sorry. This was kind of a mess. I wasn't trying to make it sound perfect, because this bill is not perfect. It is not beautiful at all, in my opinion. And so, yeah, I figured I would try to put some makeup on this thing, do some singing, and hopefully get all of you to listen so you can all realize that there's some interesting stuff in here. There's some stuff y'all should probably, like, maybe call your representatives about. What do you think? It's up to you, It's up to you as to whatever you believe, but I'm just reading the bill. I'm just reading the table of contents of this bill. That's all I'm doing. And, I'm just here for entertainment. And hopefully I have entertained you all and convinced you to tune back in again soon. Because I would like to see in the comments if there are any sections that you think I should go and expand upon. You can go find this thing online. You can go get it for free. It's available. Download it. Look at the table of contents first. It's like the shortcut. But hey, it took me like a whole hour to get through the table of contents and to do everything I just did. That's wild, you guys. This thing is over 1,000 pages long. So if there's a page or two that y'all think I should look at, let me know. I love to read. And you should too. Reading's fun. And so is singing. I really love singing, and I want to promote it, and I really just think everyone should try to sing as much as they can, right? You should really, exercise your voice, right? And use your voice, not only through singing, but in other ways as well. Like, you should definitely find your voice and share it with the world. That's the best advice that I can give all of you. That's what I have done, and that's what I will continue to do. It's the only way that I can live my life, and I love that. and I'm hoping that all of you all are enjoying it too. I have just crossed like 2,000 subscribers, I believe, or at least it was. Hopefully, I'm not losing subscribers because of this stream. I don't know. I haven't checked. I don't even know how many people are watching this right now. But I'm having so much fun doing what I'm doing, and hopefully y'all are enjoying watching these videos and being entertained by me. So let me know in the comments section below, please, because that really helps me to produce more content for y'all that you want to watch. Yeah, this is probably something that no one wants to watch. This content is definitely cursed. So congratulations on finding it. You win. You win for sure. The algorithm has deemed you worthy to see this. So you should give yourself a pat on the back. Yeah, give yourself a pat on the back because y'all are seeing this first live. Yeah. But I should probably conclude this for tonight. Because, yeah, I've actually accomplished my goal. I got all the way through the table of contents, you guys. I read the entire thing, well, sung the entire thing. You know, page 1 to page 15. Well, halfway through it, at least. Yeah, so hopefully that was interesting for y'all. Let me know. But yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go, guys, for real. I'm tired. But thank you so much for joining me and being here and leaving a comment. And yeah, I really appreciate all of you. I love doing this, and I'm gonna keep on doing this. I don't know if this is gonna be a successful series, but who knows? I certainly don't. Anyway, toodaloo. Oh, there's a confirmation box. Oh man, that's awkward. Yeah, my mouse cursor's gone. Ooh. Ooh man, that's fun. Okay.